Okay. The first thing I will share our lecture notes, and then we go to. I will then open my ProjectLibre and start working from there. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
So what we've got on our left. If you're not seeing, there might be a network.
Okay, sir.
How many of you?
If anybody is seeing it, let the person. I can't see it.
Yeah, it's clear.
I can see it clearly.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to log out and enter again.
It's clear. I can see it. Let me snap it and post it on the WhatsApp. You will see it. Everything is.
We know you can see it. Calm down.
I can see it now, sir.
No problem. If you cannot see, just maybe you log out and log in. Anyway, let's get started. Sorry for those who cannot see. Over time, we'll get a good network that can power everything very well. So the topic is creating a project plan with ProjectLibre, and a brief description of ProjectLibre is a free open source project management tool similar to Microsoft projects. It is ideal for creating project plan, managing schedule, and organizing resources, especially for small to medium-sized projects. Okay, we've got steps to create project plan with ProjectLibre. The first, we've done that to download and install ProjectLibre on our system. And secondly, open ProjectLibre and create a new project. I show us how to do that as well. And launch ProjectLibre, create a new project, enter the project information, including the project name, manager, and start date. 3, set up project calendar, go to project, and to calendar to define working days, hours, and expectations, like holidays, weekend. Choose the default calendar or customize it based on your project requirement. Define project schedule. In the task sheet, start entering your tasks in the first column. Organize tasks. Hierarchically break down high-level tasks into smaller use indent or aldent to create breakdown structure, ensuring that tasks are grouped logically, enter task duration, set task dependencies, add milestone, assign resources, set task constraints, define project baseline, add project costs, review and adjust Gantt charts, save and export the project plan, track and update book progress. So this is a note I prepare for us so that even if after the lesson, wherever we want and the facing challenges, we follow the note or can equally follow the video we're going to create. So it's just to share this note because working on ProjectLibre, I will not be seeing, we are not going to be seeing because this is not what I'm going to be sharing, but just to, introduce this note for us. So that is it. We'll get when I will be uploading our resources, and that's it for this one. So the next thing I will do is I will stop sharing this note and I will go to ProjectLibre where I have to start creating tasks. Doris, why are you raising your hand?
Good evening, sir. I wanted to ask if you can zoom in your screen, but I think that side is over, so.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Guys, please zoom your mute your speaker, please.
So at this point, I'm trying to share my ProjectLibre, and it's coming up gradually.
Sorry to interrupt. Are we recording and transcripting?
Yes, thank you. All right.
Sorry, Mr. Charles. Did you click on create projects or open projects?
I've not started. I've just opened my ProjectLibre.
Okay, all right then.
So you can see there is nothing. Will stay, everything is still blank. So there is no project here. So the first thing we need to do is we see here, you see new. And once you say new, you see create, that's where you create a new project. You click on this new, it's going to open, where you are going to open the project, put the project name, the project manager, and the start date. So the project name is going to be Food Traco expansion. And the project manager is Mr. Charles. And the start date is, today is Friday. I want to start by Monday. So, and that's it. I'll click OK. And you see, it has given me environment to start creating my project. Okay. So the next thing, we can go to the calendar, or you can go directly to the tags and start bringing in our tags. So you can go to calendar and set calendar here and set our working day. This is calendar. So we can see here working days here is between Monday to Friday. That is the default. If you want, you can customize it. For instance, if you want to work on weekend, then you can use your own customization.
Sorry, Mr. Charles, I don't know if I'm the only one, but what you're showing us now, I'm not seeing it, right? I can only see the background.
Exactly, same with me.
I can't see anything.
You can't see the back.
In real time.
Yeah, same here too.
Same
It's
with
not even
me.
about real time. I think there's something
You are
wrong.
not seeing, are you seeing ProjectLibre or not?
No, I
When
see the
you
project.
minimize
Libre, but
it,
I'm talking
we
about
can see
the
it.
calendar
Maximize.
part.
It's your network. I can see it right from
You
here.
can see. Okay, when I minimize
I think
Sorry,
it's
but
network.
what can you
the screen, I can see it. But when I maximize it, I can't see it.
What do you mean when I minimize, you can see?
Like when it's smaller, I can now view I can now see your screen, what you are sharing.
But you cannot see my screen now.
When it's minimized, like when it's smaller, I'm seeing you and the screen, what you're sharing. But when I make it to be bigger, the screen to be big, I can't see you.
So the point, the question I'm asking, are you not seeing my screen now?
Now we can see your screen. What I was saying, right? I can see the ProjectLibre opened. But when you clicked on the calendar, and even at the beginning, when you wanted to write the project name and what's it called, the project manager and all that, that box, I didn't see it. You understand?
Yeah,
you're right. We're not seeing that box.
Problem is the pop-up window doesn't show. We don't see the pop-up window.
Exactly.
That's just
You
understand
me now?
Yeah.
I'm seeing it here. Maybe the system or their network might minimize it, sir. That's what I'm suggesting.
Mr. Johnson, I'm sure you
I'm only seeing the project. Show you from my
But we can't see
Everybody cannot be talking at the same time.
We can't see what he's doing, but we see the Libra.
House, please.
Mr. Charles, your pop-up is not showing. It's not a network thing because I'm using two systems. So I am following you live on one system. So I'm just following what you are saying to act on my system, but I'm not seeing the pop-ups of what you are doing. So if I wasn't using another system, another computer, I would not see your pop-up to know what you're doing. I'm just listening to you and then the ProjectLibre, but everything you're clicking is not showing.
Log in again. Log out and log
I've done it several times.
Also, I think it's your
Can one
network.
person talk? Please, can
No,
one
no,
person
it's
talk?
not network.
Please.
Maybe you
Please.
should share your entire screen.
It's all right
Hello.
now. It's all right.
I think the issue here is you should make it his own screen, full screen. Let's have full screen.
Yes,
We don't need to see
exactly.
pictures of anybody on the screen. Let's have the display, the class display, full screen. That way it will be sorted out.
Okay.
You can do that on your system. I've done that, but I'm still not seeing his pop-up. I'm not really complaining because since I'm using a second system, I just listen to what he does and I do it.
Okay.
Well, you are right, Mr. Isaac. I can't see the pop-up. I'm doing the same as he's working on it. I'm following.
And then
But
you
I
people should you've made a complaint, then you should expect a feedback. Is that okay? That's how to make. You can't just keep on. When you make a complaint, you expect a feedback. Okay. The issue you are having here, ProjectLibre is a DEX application. We have different types of application. We have a DEX application. We have a web application. So the problem here with ProjectLibre or every other desk application is that when you are sharing it, you can only see the first layer of that desk application. You cannot see the first layer. Any other layer, you are not like the pop-up is another layer. Another pop-up from any other is another layer. The first, what the screen can capture is only the first layer. And you cannot see the second layer, which is the pop-up. If you are using a web application, if there is a pop-up, it will capture everything because they are on the same layer. The Microsoft team and other web application, they are within the same level. They are on the same operating system. They are within the same browser. So that's why you can use it, capture everything. But this is a DEX application. The Microsoft team sharing capacity or functionality picks up from your computer, but it doesn't have capacity to share subsequent layers. Is that okay? Yeah, have that solved your question or your curiosity? So all you need to do, while I'll be sharing some of these ones that cannot be shared, I'll be talking about it. And if you are practicing following me, you will understand what I'm saying. And that's why I said you should download it, have it in your system, so that even if I'm clicking, you too should be clicking, because this is practical. And I equally say that this particular project or this particular book will require a laptop, not a phone. So I'll continue, and we've been doing this and it's not difficult. So if you can just listen, you will see that it's not difficult. So there's no need for any confusion here. We are just starting. It's not difficult.
Sir, please, can you refresh and start again? So I'll be clicking with you because I was waiting till maybe.
I've not done anything. All I just did is that I clicked start new project. That is what I did. I've not done any other thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I thought you did something with the calendar.
That's why I say click on calendar. I've not even added anything on the calendar. You people started shouting. So when I Imokolo, what is it? Okay, I'll go back to my ProjectLibre. Okay, like what I just did is just.
So I hope what sorry for interruption. I hope I can still watch this after lectures because.
What do you mean you can watch it after lectures?
I can't see anything happening on the screen, and I believe it's due to my network. From the recorded video. After
Can you people stop distracting this class? Enough.
Can you people stop?
No.
You people are you guys are distracting
the class.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the first thing I did is to go to the ProjectLibre. I went and clicked new to create a new project. And I clicked that, and it brought out a small dialog box where I entered the project name. I entered project manager's name, and I entered the start date. And I click OK, and it brought us to this where we are. That is number one. Then we wanted to decide our working days. When do we work? That is, we use calendar to decide when we are going to work. And if you have your ProjectLibre on, if you go to the calendar, you see this calendar. I hope you can see it because I'm not opening it, but you can see it as I'm, highlighting on the calendar. If I click on this, calendar, it will bring out a dialog box. So if you are on your own, I'm clicking on it. You are going to see a dialog box. The dialog box will come out, and the dialog box will show you list of calendars from here. You have here November 24 December, January, and February. This is the calendar we are seeing here. Can you see that as well?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
you have to select. The purpose of this calendar is to decide your working days. Here we have Saturday to Sunday, and Saturday is weekend and Sunday is weekend. But some people do not observe all this. So, but our own, we observe Monday to Friday, and then we can use the default, the way it is, that is, use the default. If you are looking at your own, then if you want to select that you want to be working on like Saturdays, then you have to go and use non-default working time. If you click on non-default working time, you should be able to select Sundays or Saturday as working days as well from this calendar we put open. So, but our own, we want to work between Monday to Friday. I don't work weekends. So I will click on use default, and I'll just click OK. means that I will use it the way it is. It is the way it is created and set. So it's my working period is Monday. So that is it. Then, when that is sorted, here we come down to here, we see under this name, this is where you have to put your task and duration and start date. So if you drag this, it will uncover other columns. So this is where the column ends. So these are various columns. This is the name of the task, the duration, start, finish, predecessor, and resource name. So that is it. But what we are going to work on is on first to get our tags. What are we going to be doing? So that is the thing we need to do. And I will visit, we have a list of tasks. We've created work breakdown structure, and I'm going to use the tasks in that work breakdown structure to start creating my tasks. Like we said that work breakdown structure will be a stepping stone, like a blueprint to creating a full project plan. So having created work breakdown structure, you already have an idea of what we want to do. So I will visit my work breakdown structure and...
Sorry, sir. I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but I was trying to understand what you were saying in the calendar part, and I got the fact that you said that it's Monday to Friday, but I don't know what you clicked. So I was a bit confused.
I said Monday, calendar is Monday to Friday. That is what I want to work. Did you open your own calendar?
I did.
Okay, I didn't choose anything. I just leave it the way it is.
Okay,
because I want to work Monday to Friday. I say if
you.
you don't want to work Monday to Friday, you can go and click non-default. And you should be able to select. If you want to work on Saturday, you can select Saturday. If you want to work, you can select. That is what I said.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So the next thing here is to select I've copied and I want to paste here the tags we want. So I'm highlighting the cells I want to, but if you want, you can create it manual. So you can see I've added some tags here.
Mr. Charles, please, where did you copy the tags from?
From work breakdown structure. I said it. Didn't I say it?
I thought there's time for questions.
Yeah, you said it, but can you share it so we can as well copy?
You should have the work breakdown structure. I cannot
Sorry,
share
I've just dropped it in the room so you can open and work with it.
Have we not done work breakdown structure? I asked everybody to do this work breakdown. So why are you asking me to share it?
That Excel sheet that he shared with us on the work breakdown structure lecture, that Excel sheet has the...
I attached it even when I uploaded the video. It's still in the course portal. Let me tell you, there are some certain things I will not be spoon-feeding anybody here. You know, there are some certain things we said we are going to use work breakdown structure as a stepping stone in creating our project plan. And even here, I said I've opened my work breakdown structure. I'm going to be picking items from the work breakdown structure, these tasks, to create our project plan. And you want me to share how I copied. You want me to show how I copied something from Excel and paste. Is that what you want me to share?
Mr. Charles, sorry, I just wanted to say that the
Please
Excel
continue,
sheet,
sir.
somebody dropped it in the chat, so
I'm
you
with
can go
you.
to the chat and
I'm
get
doing
it.
the same thing as you are doing. I've opened my work
Please,
breakdown structure.
just
Yes,
stop
I'm there.
disturbing and wait till the time for question and answering.
People wait for time for question and answer, please.
Can you guys stop? Abba.
Continue, please.
Okay.
Mr. Charles, please
I'm
continue.
coming, please stop. Okay, the reason why I claim the work breakdown structure I've entered already is because I want to capture the stages within the every task. So that is the reason. So I've captured like initiate stage, some activities within the initiate stage, some activities within the planning stage, activities within the every stages. So that's why. So I have to add it for you. If you cannot to copy everything and paste and make the work so easy for you, that's what we do. We copy everything and paste. If you cannot copy and paste, you can just come here, put in like this and type in your tags. But you know, by the time you keep typing one after the other, it's going to take time. So that's why I'm trying to highlight and put everything at once. You just control, and I start highlighting control on your system, and you keep on highlighting all the cells you want to, you know, paste items on. And now I just have to paste by Control V. So I pasted. So if you look at this now, you can see that I've captured initiate, plan, execute, and closure. But you can see all of them are still within the same line. So I have to make some to become the heading. And the only way I can do it is to use this, what we call indent or outdent. So if I want to make some of these things like this particular, I'll come over here. Let's see, indent. You see, I've indented this, meaning that everything is now under this initiate stage. I want to indent plan here as well. So I have to look for all the items under plan, all the tasks or activities under plan. I will highlight all of them and I'll go here and click on indent, and I'll indent it as well. Indent. And then that's how I continue to do all of them. I'll come over here again and I'll come over here again. I'll do again indent and I will indent the closure stage as well. If I want to make it to be in the same level, I'll click outdent. This is it. You see, they are no longer, they are now within the same level. If I click indent, so this is how you create categories and subcategories or main stages. So you can see our work is now within stages. That is how we've done this. So if you are following, you can see that. So I don't think anybody will be struggling seeing everything we're doing here, because we are not, there are no much dialog boxes closing or opening. So that is what we've done now. So the next thing is to add the number of days you want each of these activities to be. How long do you want these activities you need to add? So by default, once you add any item, the system will give it 1 day. It's left for you to say 2 days or 3 days. So, but this is, so we are going to start adding. Let's see, this is say 2 days, and this one is 2 days as well. I think what we'll have in our breakdown structure, we capture 3 days. So, but we can choose any day. We can just allocate all of them to 2 days. So this is just an estimate, time estimate it takes to do a particular task. So before you finish, you can still update it to add when you are sure of the actual days or duration is going to take to do a particular task. You can change as well. So we've added 2 days, pay each of these, and then this is the start, and this is the finish. So what we need to do now is to understand the predecessors, how this is going to work, which one comes first before another one. We can achieve this by adding predecessors here. So we know that this particular defined project objective and goal is the number 1, and we want to start identifying stakeholders after defining project objectives and goals. So we come here to the predecessor. So the predecessor of this is going to be, let's say, 2. That is 2 here. And you can see. Now we've added 2. If this is what we call Gantt chart. You see, immediately I added 2. The Gantt chart is now, this is Gantt chart, is now pointing down to this, that once we finish this, which is define project objective, we can start identifying stakeholders. So that is it. This is how you use this, the visualization we are talking about. So we are not going to start creating a Gantt chart separately. As we are working, so many other things will start taking shape. Okay. Then the next is going to be this, to conduct market research. To conduct market research for new states, this is it here. So when is that going to start? Immediately we finish identifying and documenting key stakeholders, we can start this number 5. So from number 4, we get to number 5. And remember that number 4 here is plan, is a stage. There is no activity here. So we cannot say, we cannot use it as a predecessor here. We didn't use this as a predecessor as well. So we are going to jump this. So when we are creating predecessor for conducting market research, we just put number 3, and let's see, 3, and you can see the Gantt chart. I've pointed on that. So immediately we finish identifying stakeholders, we start market research. And then the next predecessor here is going to be to look for predecessor for number 6. Is going to be number 5. Number 5. And number 6. And 7. Yeah, that's 7. So, and we'll continue. So if we get to this execute stage, we can start launching vendor recruitment campaign immediately we finish creating project schedule and timeline. So once we've done this, we move to execute stage. The first item in execute stage, which is number 10, here is going to start after number 8. So come over here, we write number 8. And then the next, after launching vendor campaign, is going to be develop markets, marketing and outreach logistics strategy. So after this, we're going to see before number 11 is going to be number 10. So we put number 10. And we say 11. We say 12. We say 13. And we say 14. So we've captured the execute stage. Then we are left with only closure stage. So the first activity in closure stage is to evaluate project performance, and that is number 17 here. So the predecessor to 17 is going to be number 15. So come down here and put 15. And then the predecessor to number 18 is going to be number 17. And then the predecessor to number 19 is number 18. And that's it. So you see here we have added our tags, the duration, the start and finish. With this start and finish, once we put the date, we will automatically capture the start and finish. And then now we've added the predecessors. Now looking at the Gantt chart, you can see the sequence of activity here. Please, can you put yourself on mute? So that's it. So in our column here, we can see the only space where is only here that is vacant within our column. That's where we don't have anything here. So, and that is what we call resources. So, well, let's see how we are doing at this point before we start doing the resources, capturing the resources involved. So, do we have any question?
Yes, sir. Sir, please,
Yes,
I want
sir.
to know how you got
Please,
the numbering in
one
the
after the other. I don't
process.
want two people dragging to us. Okay, what are you saying?
The numbering in the predecessors, how you got it, like.
Okay, can somebody answer this question?
Okay, I can answer, sir.
Okay, thank you.
The number is gotten from the other task, that's the activities that will be happening. So the initiate is like the heading, right? For the activities to happen under initiate. So if you look at define project objectives and goals, you see that is on number 2 row, on the row of number 2 on the left hand side. Can you see the number 2?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where the number was gotten from. So that's number 2, which is define project objectives and goals. When you come to number 3, it's telling you that number 3 is dependent on, or rather, is going to happen after number 1 is after number 2 is done. So define project objectives and goals will finish. Then you now start doing identify and document key stakeholders. So that number 2, that is the predecessor, is saying, let number 2 finish first, then number 3 starts. And that's how it happens for everything. So if you use that logic, you'll be able to get everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, do you still need any clarification? Because I know she did an excellent answer, but if you still need clarification, can she say something? I hope everybody is clear with this.
With that particular one, yes, but I have a question, sir.
Okay, let's see the next person.
So, sir, I'm sorry if I'm taking you back.
Wait, Chibuke Philomena.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you asking?
I'm sorry if I'm taking you back, sir. But I didn't understand how you were able to get this. I know I can actually, you said that you can type, if you don't want to type it one by one, that's to get the initiate, plan, execute, and to be in the same column with the name, with those tasks. So I don't know how you actually did it for them, all of them to be there. Where you arranged it first. I understand the way you were control and shift, then highlight the whole column.
I arranged it in my work breakdown structure, and I copied it from my work breakdown structure, and I pasted it here.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Is that clear?
All right, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Please, if I take this question, we are going to proceed because we've not finished. Sheikh Harrison.
My own is, sir, please,
If I
slide.
Wait, it be Ngozi.
No, it's not a question.
Violating
It's
my
the slide.
class, and I'm not going to take it from you. if you don't know how to queue up, don't just jump in and start talking. I don't tolerate this kind of attitude in my class. People are raising their hand.
I'm sorry,
All you
sir.
can do is raise your hand. When is your turn to talk, you
It's
talk.
not
No, I'm not
a
going to take, I'm not going
question.
to, I will throw you
Is
if you don't
the
respect
slide
me.
is appearing and
Just
disappearing,
calm
sir?
down
That's what I
now.
want to say.
Can you just sit quiet and listen to
God,
him? Must you
quiet and
talk when
allow
he's
him.
talking?
Abba.
Listen to your teacher first.
Quiet.
I wanted to ask you a question, but I will wait until the end of the class before I ask you a question. Please allow our teacher to continue. After the class, you can ask.
Other people are raising their hands and waiting for their turn. They are not animals. You must have respect and discipline. People are raising hands, waiting for their turn patiently, and from nowhere jumping, and you want me to ignore them? I don't do that.
I'm sorry, sir.
Chika Harrison. Okay, the next after Chika Harrison is Mary Akano.
Yes, thank you, sir. Yes, my question is under the predecessor. So can we say that design project objectives is number one? Because we actually didn't put it there, but can we say it is number one? It's not necessary to put that there, or it's not necessary.
Define project objective.
Yeah, can we put that as number one?
It
Because we just
doesn't have,
started from
it
number
does not
two.
have, why it does not, that is the first activity. It does not have any predecessor. So that's why we don't need to. Predecessor is the activity that will happen before the activities start happening. Like this is the predecessor to all the activities, is the number one activity. So it doesn't have to wait for any other activity before it can happen.
Okay.
All right. And if we want some activities to go concurrently, for instance, let me show you here. If we want activities to go concurrently, it can. For instance, let's look at these defined objectives. Define project objective and identify stakeholders. Let's say we want these two activities to start the same day, because maybe we want project manager to be doing this, and maybe one business analyst to be doing, we want them to happen the same day, the same time, and capture it in this. Then we'll come here, we'll remove this. You see, let's look at what is going to happen to this Gantt chart. You see, you can see there is no connection between these two again. Are you seeing that?
Yes, I can see.
You can see both of them can start at the same time. There is no connection. So this one can actually start without waiting for this time. But the moment we capture this number 2, which is, you see, it then has to wait. Please, somebody put yourself, I don't know where the noise, if you put number 2 back, you see there is a connection. It means number 3 cannot start until number 2 is finished. And that is the reason why we don't need to have any delay.
Take a clear to the room.
Blessing, please mute yourself. Blessing one group, please. Thank you.
Mary, I cannot too. Mary should also read.
Okay.
So I've answered your question, and
Yes, I have another question. On number 8, from number 8, we jump to number 10. I was thinking, is that intentional or I'm still on predecessor. From number 8, we move to number 10. I think number 9 should be the next.
That means you're not following suit.
Okay. Okay. Let me answer the question. Number 8. Okay, it's not only number 8. Let's start from, you see this initiate. Can you see this initiate stage? That is a stage. Initiate is a stage. At a stage, we are not looking at a stage as a start, as an activity. You know, so what we are looking at is all the items under the stages. That is the tasks under the stages. So the first thing is this. So we are not capturing stages as a predecessor, and that is why we didn't capture stage as a predecessor to defining project objective and goal. We didn't capture number 4 as a predecessor to conducting market research. You can see they are vacant. They are not, you see them here. You come down to number 9, you see number 9 here is vacant because it's a stage. We are not, so we jump this. Number 9 is vacant. So we have to jump because the last activity is number 8. That is number 8. That is it here. This is where we are determining number 8 is the last activity. So after number 8, it means the next thing is number 10. So we come to number 10, we put number 8 as a predecessor. Then come down to closure stage. Closure stage is a stage. It's not an activity. It's not a task. So that's why if you look at here, we didn't capture anything here. And if you look at number 15, we didn't capture number 16. Look at number 17 here. We didn't capture number 16 as the predecessor. We have to jump 16 and come over here and capture number 15. And that's why you see here, number 15 here is the predecessor to number 17. We have to jump this 16 because 16 is a stage, not a task.
All right, I explain.
Okay. Okay, thank you. The next thing we have to do is we've captured predecessors, but now we don't have the resources. We don't have resources yet. So come to resources here. You know, we've been working on that tax view. Here's that tax. To be able to capture the tax and arrange them, adding their predecessors, their time, when they start and when they finish. So, but who are going to perform these tasks, we don't know. So we don't not capture them yet. We have to create resources. At this point, what we need is, or what is just human resources. So we come over here, you see resources. We're going to click on resources and we'll have to start adding resources. So click on it. we have to then go add resources. So the resources we are going to put here is PM, and another resources here is BA, and yeah, that's the only resources we have, or we can say developer. So that is resources. These resources we are capturing here is work resources. Is work resources and not material resources. We have work or material. Like if we now want to capture, say, a bag of cement, it can become material. Or a trip of sand, it can become material. So, but what we are working on is just work resources, that human resources. So this is the kind of resources I see. Trip. Sand. So if we want to do this, this is work resources, then material resources. This is it. So that is the way you capture resources. If you want to capture maybe trip of chippings, you can state it here. This is material, and then maybe cement. You know, that is how you capture resources as well. Or you can see a license for, you can see CRM license. That's the material. So resources, everything where you are going to spend money on this project, things you need to use, where you need to spend money, that is resources, because you need to capture the cost. So, but the resources we're interested here is just PM, BA, and developer, because this is not construction, we don't need this. So we can delete it or we can leave it, but we're not going to capture it when we'll be assigning resources. So under the resources, you come here. And this is when you're going to capture the cost. So now we see for PM, you can see how much we give PM. Say PM is we can say $20 an hour, and we can say BA 15, and we can say developer 15 as well. So we've captured them here. So per every hour, this is the amount we pay them. We are not capturing overtime. We're not paying overtime. And that is what the standard rates here. So and the usage here, the maximum units, we're going to use them 100%. It's not like we're going to use them 100% usage. So, and if we want to, for instance, we want any of them to be working on part-time, maybe 50% of their time we need in input, or we can decide that we need them a part-time, that is the usage here, but all of them here are working full-time. So it's just 100% input we need from them. And we can leave our resources like this for now. We're not capturing material resources because we are not using any material resources. But if we want to capture material resources, we can put it here. See, we can say a bag of sand can be $10. And you can see here, when you are capturing material resources, it's not showing hourly. It's not, because it's different from human resources. So now we've captured our resources and we've added the amount to pay them. So this one, we don't need it. So okay, but if we still go back, this resources is not going to be showing. So if we see resource usage, you see we've captured our resources. We have BA, we have developer, we have PM, but you see nothing is showing because we are not using them. So that's it for now. So I think now we've captured the resources. Let's go back to our tags. We're back to our tags and go to Gantt chart. And then we have to start assigning resources to all these activities, who are going to be doing these activities. So looking at our work breakdown structure, we say that project manager owns these two activities. Okay. Define project goals and objective is done by project manager. So what we need to do is think at this point again, this thing is going to come out. So for some of us that are struggling if you are not using if you are not working with me, if I double click on this, a dialog box will come in. So it's either you double click, there's two ways to assign resources. It's either you select, highlight on this cell, you come over here, you click on assign resources. You'll be able to assign resources. If I click on here, I'll be able to assign resources here. If I don't want to come here, I can just come on a cell like this, double click on it. But let me use this. I highlighted this. I want to assign resources to this number, define, that is number 1 task. Define project objectives and goals. I've highlighted this and I'll come over here and I will, once I click on this, a dialog box will appear. For those who are following me bomber to bomber, you will see a dialog box, and in that dialog box, there is a list of resources. We have developer, we have project manager, we have business analyst, we have developers. So we have to select one. Or whichever one we select, we click assign, and it does it. So I will select project manager, and I will go to assign. I click assign, and I will close. And
Please, sir, can you just take that part again?
Okay. Before I said, that is how you can see here I've assigned resources to number one. The same method I used to assign these resources to number one, that is the same method I'm going to use to assign resources to identify and document key stakeholders. So what I will do is I highlight this cell. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
The cell is
highlighted.
the cell is highlighted already. All I need to do is I go to assign resources here. You see the way I'm pointing on assign resources, I'll click on it. Once I click on it, a dialog box will appear. The dialog box, some of you might not see it. I'll click on it. But in the dialog box that appear, I'm telling you what is in the dialog box. It provides you with list of resources to select from. And you see here we have PM, we have BA, we have developers. If you remember when I was creating our resources, the resources we have is PM, project manager, business analyst, and developer. So I need to assign a resources here, and I'll click on PM. And once I do that, I can equally select two resources, and I will assign it to two resources, and I will assign. And you come over here, you see I've assigned this to PM and BA. Is that clear?
Crystal clear.
It is
Good.
clear.
So if you go to our work breakdown structure I showed, I said that the owner of this is these two people. If you want to use only project manager, still good, but what I'm showing you is how to assign the resources. And you can assign multiple resources. That is what we have to understand again, that two people can work on a particular task at the same time, just like we've seen here. Okay. And I will go on and do the rest. Okay, the next thing is conduct market research, and that is conducting market research is BA. Conduct market research, I'll go over here, assign, I choose BA, and assign. That is how to assign. If you write something here, it's not going to happen. If, like, for instance, you just come and click and write BA, it's not going to work. That is not how to, we've not done this is the process of assigning it. So please, if you are not on mute, put yourself on mute. It's not difficult to do. Just a button, you are mute already. But if I want to put you on mute, I might make a mistake and remove you. So don't allow me to help to put you on mute, because my own might be different, might be difficult. Okay. Define project scope and boundary. Let's see who will assign this to project manager, and we'll assign. Then develop vendor recruitment plan. Who is going to do this for us? BA, develop vendor recruitment plan. We said BAs can do that. So we assign it to business analyst and we close. And then create project schedule and timeline. And that's what we're creating. And this PM is already doing that. So we assign it to project manager. Okay, the next thing is to launch vendor recruitment campaign. So who is going to launch this? Under execute, that's BA and develop marketing outreach strategy. So BA and PM. And this one said PM. Update platform localization. Say in our this is captured. Said PM. And then conduct platform testing. BA. And launch marketing. Let's say PM. Let's see, assign PM again. Evaluate project performance. Let's see. Document lesson learned. You can assign it to both of them to be there. Print the documentation, PM and BA. So if you want to highlight two resources, all you need to do is control hold and highlight within the dialog box. If the dialog box open, so that's how I managed to select two tasks at the same time, and then hand over. You see PM. So you can see here I've signed resources to all our work here, and it's looking are good. So now from here, let's see, want to understand the resource usage. We click on this, we can see things have started appearing. You see how we things 1 to 16 hours, 16 hours, BA. You see PM, how many activities PM is doing, and that is the resource, how we want to use our resources. And then you see for BA, so that is resource usage. Now we're having a view. So once the work start going on, we'll start seeing how you look at this 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. You see how this is beginning to change here. Then if you click on this, you see here, this is what we call a resource breakdown structure. You see how much everybody is earning here. This is our resources. So if we want to get the budget, for instance, we want to plan our projects after the project, then maybe before we start understanding how much, this will help to give us estimated cost. You see, based on what we plan, this is how much we plan to pay the project manager, and this is how much we plan to pay the business analyst. Any other cost we captured is here. So that is how we've done this. And that is in terms of resources. So we can see resource usage, and we can see resource breakdown structure here in the same so we'll go back to our tags. We'll go back to Gantt chart here. So within here, let's say we've seen resource breakdown structure. We want to see work breakdown structure in this. If we click on this, it gives us work breakdown structure. We can see our work breakdown structure here. And that's it here. We see it. That is our work breakdown structure captured here. And yeah. So, and then we want to see tax usage. See, everything is now captured here. See, define projects, manager, and time, and everything is showing here how this work is going to and what we are going to be, how many hours they are going to. And then next work here is critical path areas. We call it critical path analysis. Some of this we are not going to talk about it now until when we're done. We are going to do critical path analysis. That's going to be the next thing. So the critical path is the area that we don't have to be careful while treating on all the critical path areas. We don't need to delay any activity within the critical path. If any action is delayed within the critical path, it's going to affect the whole project because these are critical path area. So, but to have a full lesson to understand this critical path, we're going to use critical path analysis. But this is what we've seen here, can capture here very well. And then we go back here and we are still planning. So once we finish planning, we come over here. You can see what we have here is called baseline. What is baseline? Baseline is what we call version control in project planning. It will help you to version your project plan. That's baselining. Meaning that if we are done with this particular planning and we want to start using this project plan, we have to baseline it, showing that this is number one, this is the project plan we are going to use. This is the way nothing is going to change. That is the way. Once we baseline it, it means that this project is fully planned and we can use it. So if in future we do any alteration or change anything in this project plan after baselining, it means that it's no longer the original project plan we created initially. So after any change in a project plan after baselining, we have to rebaseline it again. Then what we mean that we have to create version 2. Version 3, you can create up to 11 baseline. So it means that a project plan can have up to 11 versions. The purpose is that even during audit, they want to see how the project plan has been changing, why has it changed. Don't take this, it happens a lot, maybe more especially in public sectors where there's a lot of audit and this and so. When there is a change in a project and you capture any change, you must show how the project, this is going to be the history of it. Project plan need to be a historical document. So any change in this project plan after it has been approved, then it's no longer the original project plan. For instance, if we have 6 months we are working on with this project plan and we find out we couldn't finish this project within 6 months and there is an extension, maybe another 2 months added, making it 8 months, then we'll have to create a new baseline after we must have done a bit of adjustment here to capture the new one. Then we need to rebaseline it, meaning that it's another project plan we are using, not the original project plan. But that baseline, the original copy, will still be there, a kind of archived. So that is baselining. So at this point, what we have done, we have scheduled our tasks, we have add duration, start finish, we have add predecessors, we have created and assigned our resources, we have even created the budget. All of you saw the budgeting while we are doing the costing. During the costing is when we are determining how much are we going to pay a project manager, how much are we going to pay a business analyst, how much are we going to pay developer. That is what we call costing, or how much are we going to, for all the resources we need. That is what we do cost. We've done the costing and added cost to all the resources. So we've assigned resources. And is there any other thing we are missing? We've identified the work breakdown structure. We've identified the critical path areas, like all this, our Gantt chart has shown. Everything we want to see here is looking good. So what else do we need to do? We need to baseline it now. When we baseline, and we want to clear the baseline, we can equally remove the baseline. So I'll click on this, and this is a baseline entire project. So if I want to baseline selected area of this project, I can. For some of you, you are not, if you are following me, now I said save baseline. A dialog box came out, and when the dialog box came out, there are two entries to select from. It's either you baseline the entire project or you baseline selected tasks. So I can decide to select the tasks within initiate stage and baseline them, or I can baseline the entire. I'm going to baseline the entire project. So I select entire project, and under the baseline there is a drop down button. You see baseline 1, baseline 2 to baseline 10, means that you can alterate this project plan up to 10 times. You can create different version of this up to 10 times. Once that is done, then you can do more than, you can create a 11 baseline according to what's here. So I'll select the first baseline here, baseline 1, and I'll click OK, and I've baselined this project. So if I want to clear the baseline, I'll come over here and clear the baseline. So this is my project plan. I've created a project plan now. So, and that's it. If I want to save it, I can come over here, you see save, I can save as, and then save it anywhere I want to save it. And let me so I'm going to save this on my desktop. I'll save it on my desktop, and the name is my desktop download. That's where it's going to be. And the name is Full Track Expansion. That's it. That's the name of this, Full Track Expansion. And I'll click Save. So I have a copy of this project saved somewhere. And
yes, so what I'm seeing in mine is open, not save.
Open what?
It just says open. You know, you told us to click on save as. So I clicked on save as, and then I navigated to my desktop. I was expecting to see save, but I'm seeing open and cancel.
Please, Elizabeth, are you our teacher or what? I don't understand this privilege you are having. Why can't you raise your hand and you always pop up and start asking questions? You are getting to my nerves. I don't like this shit. Huh? You just pop up and start asking questions as if you're the only one here.
Yeah, it's all right, guys. Let's move. Okay. If you want to save, you click on save. It will open up, and it will provide you with opportunity to save within your computer. So if you don't know how to use your computer from the dialog, you can save in any area of your computer. So I don't know what you are saying that is open, but it's quite simple. Just save as. You give you opportunity to save it anywhere within your computer. For me, I save it on my desktop. So that is it. This is self-explanatory. Like when you click on save as, that is It's not difficult. And again, if you want to export this as a PDF, maybe you want to share this with your stakeholders, you can click on this and you can equally save it as a PDF. So this is how you can export it, or you can equally print it. That's it. So, and another thing here is on view. If you come to view here, we have histogram, we have a chart. So if you want to view this on histogram, click on histogram. You see it appears down here, and we'll have charts. That's from down here. Want to see more, you can from here click on here and drag it up, and you can please. So, and reports, I thought we are all of us here are adults. Some people at times, the way, people are in a classroom, you do things anyhow without caring, is appalling. Okay, reports.
This Amarachi, what is wrong with this Amarachi?
No, I've removed her. Some people, when you're just trying to get on your nerves, once you snap out and so we'll say, hey, Mr. Charles, talk to me anyhow. I'm an adult, but some people don't behave like adults, for you to say that. This is an executive class, but people depends on the way we have no sense of value, we have no respect, we just behave anyhow. Okay, now I've clicked on reports. Now you can see this has given us come as a report on this. This is the projects, date, everything we captured. We can, if we want to report, talk to stakeholders about. We have reports here within this. Can you see this report?
Yes, Mr. Charles.
Yes, we can
see. If maybe you just want to talk briefly with your stakeholders, you can see here, this is work schedule. The work schedule here is 272 hours, and remaining hours is 272 hours. So with this report, you don't need to carry the entire project plan and go for executive meeting. You can tell them from here what has actually happened, and the cost here, scheduled cost. This is the scheduled cost and remaining costs. So this is baseline, and so from here you can talk about your projects. So, but as you as you start working on the project plan, start updating, maybe people started working, some days started going on. If you come to here, you see that the task usage, this number of hours will start diminishing. You see the remaining hours, the amount of cost, the cost we have here will start reducing. We see the remaining cost, and that is how this report works. And that is much we can look into this for now. So I expect everybody to be able to create this. Everybody should try to create this. It's very, very important. You know. So if we still have any question based on what we've done here, if you are still confused in any way, or if this is your first time, don't worry. By the time you watch this video very well, ask 2 questions, or you should be clear enough about what's going on here. So it's not a rocket science. It's just simply how to use this is a simple software. So yeah, I think we're on time. Yeah. So if you have any question at this point, let me know. So other things we need to, because as we are progressing, there's other topic we need to cover, like critical path analysis. We'll need to talk about, we can't talk about it here. So, but once we talk, we'll quickly come over here to visualize the critical path. So this is going to become here. So if you have not done it, create it and leave it, because as we are teaching progresses, we'll be making references to what we have here. So that's it. If we can get it to this level, I think is something we've achieved something tonight. So if you are not confused with what till we get here, you are good. If you are confused, try to figure out where you are struggling. Try to get where you are now, where we are now, so that whatever thing we are trying to explain from here, you can still follow up very well. Okay, let me look at some people raising hand. And okay, it's very, very important for those who do not maybe if you this is in our not my class, in our class, we are leaders. Project management is a leadership class. It's not anywhere around the world. Is regarded very high, because they are leading projects, many projects around the world, even big, small, everything is all about projects, and they are project managers. So you can see yourself leading a project going to the Mars or to the moon is a project. So that's why we respect them, because they are leaders. So, and as a leader, you need to be disciplined. This is one of the soft skills we are talking about. You need to possess that leadership skills, it's leadership quality. You need to lead by example, you know. So, and this is what we're doing. when one of the thing you need to learn is that you are going to be working with a lot of stakeholders. When they are talking, you do not jump and interrupt and start talking. That is rude. You don't do that. And when somebody is raising hand, like you can see, we have a lot of people raising hand here. I don't want to. Every day is a learning opportunity for us. I'm not crucifying anybody, but I'm encouraging us to learn. Here in UK, jumping a queue is a very serious offense. You know, like jumping a queue. Like, where do you come from? Are you from this earth? Are you from, seriously? When somebody is waiting in a queue to do something, you from nowhere come in front, is not tolerated. You can't even try it. So, I will just capture a few people, and other questions should be shared in our platform so that other people will be contributing as well. So I think I've spoken to Chika Harrison, or maybe he's still raising another hand. Okay. We have Chinenye Ihe Bereme. So is Chinenye here? Okay. Bless Nwangu. Bless Nwangu. Okay. We'll have Obo Magdalene. Okay, we'll have Juliet Benjamin. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Charles. I just wanted to know. I was kind of confused when you started when you started adding the PM, BM, the resource slide. I didn't really get what you did.
How you didn't get it? Okay. What I said about resources is very simple, and I said to start adding resources, you go to click resource. That is it. And are you following?
Yes, I'm watching.
Okay. We go to here. This is where we start capturing resources.
Okay.
You know, click here. This is where we capture the resources here. We first captured, we added project manager, business analyst. We can equally add developer. We added trip of sand, but we said that we don't need it. We removed it. And we said that when we added trip of sand, we said it's a material resource. And after adding resources, we proceeded to add costs. You know, under resources, we scroll down to this place where we start giving cost to price to all our. So we say we're going to pay project managers £20 an hour. We said we're going to pay business analysts £15 an hour. We said we're going to pay developers £15 an hour. And that is how we get there. And then after adding resources and putting the cost in, we come back to Gantt charts. And when to Gantt charts, we say that to start assigning resources which we have created, we that what we are going to do is that once we come to see resources here, this is where we need to assign resources against activities or tasks. We say that, for instance, in this define project objective, all we need to do, we highlight a cell like this, and we come here, we see assign. If we click on this assign, a dialog box will appear, and when the dialog box appear, we see those resources we created, which is project manager, business analyst, and developer. And then we click on them. Within the dialog box, you will see a small box called assign. So once you select the resources you want to, you assign it. And if you want to select 2 resources on your computer, you click on control. And when you click control, you can select more than 1 resources, and you select them, you assign. And that's how we did it, and we get all these, assign all these resources. So that is it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, I'll take one more question and we'll go. Yeah, and we'll have Chineye James Fiong. After Chineye, if you have other questions, we can drop it on our platform. Okay, we do not, Madam Miss Effiong is not here. Eze.
I'm here.
So
I'm here.
we are wasting our time, and we don't have such.
I was already talking. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that. So I was saying tonight, thank you so much for the class. So I'll just go straight to my question. 3 questions. The first one.
Only one.
Okay. The first one is in the assigned resources. And well, they are pretty much short questions though, but in the assigned resources, I noticed while assigning resources to 2 responsible officers, the resource names, I noticed there is units. So I want to know, in what instance do we apportion units? I've seen 50-50, 100-100, which I left it at. In what instance do I apportion 50-52 or 70-30?
It depends on how they are working. If they are full-time staff,
okay,
it can be 100%, means that it depends. The apportion means how many hours do they have to spend on this task or this project. So, but if both of them are working on that resources, it's 100%. So there's nothing like 50-50. 2 people are having a meeting for money. The main purpose is to determine how much we are going to pay them, you know. But if somebody needs to, maybe a meeting is or a particular, I need to work on a particular resources. Somebody spend 2 hours to set a slide, to set up equipment and left. Maybe the rest of the people will be in that meeting the whole day. You see, the person that came to set up the environment and go may just be a part-time worker who just came, spend few hours and go. So we are not in that kind of person. You might assign like 20%, depending on the time the person spent on that resource, on that task. But some people that spend the whole day working on that is 100%.
Okay. Did you say I should not ask the next question? It's quite short.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just about the notes. I noticed in the report that there is a note portion. So I'm just wanting to know, at what point do you impute it so that it populates in that portion?
Well, that note is something I've not used before. I do my notes on my own, so.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. The third one, I'm good.
Okay. The third one.
Okay, thank you. So you said that I noticed baseline selected portion. In what instance do we have to baseline selected portion?
The baseline is if you want to select a particular portion, I said it, if you want to select this particular one and these two activities. If you click, have you clicked on the baseline?
Yes, I have baseline mine and I've saved.
Okay, when you click on, then you see selected portion, then you select the portion you want to baseline and you save it.
No, I mean, why should I only baseline selected portion?
If you want, I'm not going to why you want to select,
okay.
But it give you flexibility. The system is giving you flexibility to use it anyhow you want. You might decide to work on initiate stage before even planning, to finish initiate stage before you can start planning on planning stage or execute stage. So you might decide that nothing is going on here. You can do work on this project stage by stage, because you see now we plan everything together. So if you have that kind of flexibility, then you can decide to baseline a portion of when you want to work and finish. You can decide to finish initiate stage. Maybe if it's a project, you are not working for anybody, you can decide to take maybe 1 month rest and come back. So that is it. And again, the issue of note, if you look around these things, like I said, I've not used the notes, but you can make notes. You see here, you see notes. Yes. Here, okay. If you click on here, you can make your notes, any kind of notes, but I don't use it. Okay. So, but it's not something you cannot do. You can make any note. If it's a general note, if for any of these things, you can make a note here. So it's pretty simple. So like here, you see note here, you can type that during this planning that some of these people are giving us trouble. They are disturbing the class, and this can be the notes.
Okay, yeah, it's true. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, good. So we're 6 minutes above our time, and you are the course, Chinenye James Effiong.
I'm sorry, class. Stakeholders, please, I apologize.
Okay. And that's it. So this is where we're stopping, and
Mr. Shas, you didn't allow me ask any question.
Okay.
Please, the aspect you talked about 8 hours, there's an aspect you talked about 8 hours. Like, how do you got the 8 hours?
So many of you are still, I didn't call you are talking. So why is it difficult for us to be simple instruction? Because very soon you are going to be like me, and so many of you might not be patient like me, you know. So, but like we said, for the sake of this class, we've closed this session. The session is over now. So there's nothing again we are going to do that is going to be extraordinary special. So if you want to leave now, we are not disrespecting me. But for those of us here that are persisting for me to ask their question, like if you see here, the last person here is Ime Neke Udo. So after Imeneke Udo, we are not taking any question from anybody again. That's it. So, Eze Onyekachi, yes. I've called Blessing is not here. So, be fast about it so that other can as well talk.
So please, I'm just confused on the aspects you talked about 8 hours.
Then
How you got the time.
You have to go and rewatch it because I'm not going back. Rewatch the video. It's simple. So Ngozi E, after rewatching and you still don't understand, then you come back to me. It's recorded. So Ngozi E.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful opportunity to ask my question.
Go straight, ma.
Okay, so when you were when you started, you said that this particular section is project planning, and what I want to ask, can scheduling be used interchangeably for this particular stage? That's my question. Then the other one was, while I interrupted you, was because the screen was going off and on, and I have been leaving and joining the class, but
Please
yet
go
I couldn't
straight to
see.
the question.
I have asked the first one.
So then why you still go straight to the second question if you have other ones?
That's what I'm saying. That I've been going, or I've been cutting off the call and joining back, but the screen wasn't showing. So I don't know, but I could hear your voice, but the screen was not, the particular place you were presenting wasn't showing. So that was why I was asking, maybe it's from my end or from yours. That was it. But the main question is, can this be called scheduling?
It's not scheduling. It's called project plan, project planning. And when we do projects, definition of project plan will capture scheduling as part of. So we cannot say something that is part of something is the full name of something. So scheduling, costing, project planning or project plan encompasses a lot of things, which scheduling is part of it. So why should you use scheduling to become project plan? You didn't read the definition of project plan?
Okay, so sorry, sir. So when will we say that we are doing project scheduling, or we are still going to do it?
Well, that is what we are doing inside project plan.
Okay. That's what I say. Can this be called
it cannot be
scheduling?
scheduling because it's not, that is not project.
Okay.
You cannot say that something, let us, we have what we call, let's see, categories and subcategories. Can you call subcategory category, Mrs. Ngozi E?
No, sir.
So there are two different names. Category is not, can never be subcategory, but they are within the same environment. Subcategory is something that is happening inside the category. So why are you going to say subcategory is now a category?
Okay. Quite understood, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Elizabeth.
Okay, sir. I just wanted to find out, because I was looking at your figures, like when you went to the report, I was seeing that my figure is slightly different from yours. And exactly what you did was what I did. So I'm wondering whether, as we're doing it, somehow it just distorts on its own, because even the days, the duration, when I finished that, I kept going. I realized that some days that I put 2, they turn to 1, and I don't know why. So I had to start changing those manually as well. So I just wanted to know
Well, are you using ProjectLibre?
Yes, of course. I'm doing
Okay.
exactly what you're doing, sir.
Okay, well, I don't know why your own is different from what I'm doing, but you see everything I do here. I didn't do start by finish manually. I just be adding days, and that's it. So maybe you look at your work very well and see where the problem comes in.
So I've actually cross-checked this part. That's the Gantt chart, and everything on your Gantt is the exact same thing on mine. You understand? And also your resources, the same amount you put, 20, 15, 15 was what I put. Now I went to the report and I'm expecting to see the same total as yours, but I'm seeing mine as 5,000 some $200 while yours is 4,008 something. So I was just confused there. So somebody will never make a mistake. That's why.
Okay, when the video is out, watch the video to see where you made a mistake. Because I cannot see your work. I don't know what you impute.
That's fine.
All right. Chiamaka Peters. And Imeneke Udo.
Chiamaka is here, sir. Sorry. I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute my. Sir, please, what I'm asking is this place that we put resources like how much we are going to pay a person in a per hour or something. So it's on dollar. So I was thinking, can the currency be changed? Maybe like, let's say for instance, we are working for a company that is in UK. So we're not going to use dollar. Maybe
Yeah, you can change the currency. You bring from the setting. Okay. From the setting, you can select the currency you want to use. So
at what point is that?
We didn't do that setting. So we have to look at it some other time because we're not going back. We are not going back to that Gantt chart again, to the project plan again. So we'll have setting where we can select the country of your choice.
Okay. All right. Thank
you. You can equally explore all these things. It's left for you there to.
Yes, I was looking for the tools in one of these diagnoses, so that's why I asked if there's a way we can change the currency.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
AV Quinette.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, Mr. Charles.
AV Quinette, please go straight to the point.
I noticed that from the toolbar, when you were using indent to list the task under the stages, I was waiting seriously to see when we can use the outdent. So I also noticed that you didn't make use of that.
I did it. I did it. So if
I didn't understand that part.
If you go and watch the video, you see when I do the indent and outdent. So
okay, sir.
It's captured.
Okay, so I will do just that. Thank you, sir.
Adobe Anozie, you get crashed. Okay, even though you get crashed, you are not even here. So thank you, everybody. And this is where we're bringing tonight's session to an end. So it's just the beginning. So the video will be out, so you go and watch it again and again and again before you master it. It might be difficult for you to master everything in 1 hour session, or especially a software you've not used before. So you might be thinking you are getting it, you might make some mistake. So by the time you are watching it, you see where you might have made that little mistake with the correction. Watch it over again and again, and from time to time we'll be revisiting it, because everything we are going to be doing is going to be connected to that project plan at one point or the other. So that's it. Thank you those who stayed back, well, even though we've exceeded our time, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you,
good night.
Charles. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Charles.
Mr. Charles.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Charles.
Mr. Charles.